The hyacinth macaw, Anodorhynchus hyacinthinus, or hyacinthine macaw, is a parrot native to Central and Eastern South America. With a length, from the top of its head to the tip of its long pointed tail, of about 1 meter, it is longer than any other species of parrot. It is the largest macaw and the largest flying parrot species. The flightless kākāpō of New Zealand outweighs it at up to 3.5 kg. While generally easily recognized, it could be confused with the smaller Lear's macaw. Habitat loss and the trapping of wild birds for the pet trade have taken a heavy toll on their population in the wild. So the species is classified as vulnerable on the International Union for Conservation of Nature's Red List, 1, and it is protected by its listing on Appendix I of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. CITES, English physician, ornithologist, and artist John Latham first described the hyacinth macaw in 1790 under the binomial name CITES hyacinthinus. Tony Pittman in 2000 hypothesized that although the illustration in this work appears to be of an actual hyacinthine macaw, Latham's description of the length of the bird might mean he had measured a specimen of Lear's macaw instead. However, Latham's description was based on a taxidermic specimen, which was the only one Latham knew to exist up until 1822. It was prepared from a living animal originally belonging to Lord Orford, and given to the land agent Parkinson for display in the Laverian Museum after it died. Nonetheless, Latham mentions another bird, which he calls the blue macaw, supposedly the same size. This blue macaw was already described in Latham's 1781 volume of his A General Synopsis of Birds as merely a variety of the blue and yellow macaw, and was previously figured in the work of Mathurin Jacques Brisson, 1760, Patrick Brown, 1756, and Eleazar Albin, 1738, as a macaw found in Jamaica. Albin, Brown and Brisson all reference even older authors and state the bird also occurs on the mainland. And Albin states this bird is the female version of the scarlet macaw. Latham mentions that the provenance of parrots in general was often confused by the fact that the birds were much traded across the world for the purposes of sale. It is one of 2 extant and 1 probably extinct species of the South American macaw genus Anodorhynchus, the largest parrot by length in the world. The hyacinth macaw is 1 meter, 3 feet 3 in, long from the tip of its tail to the top of its head and weighs 1.2 to 1.7 kilograms, 2 pounds 10 ounces to 3 pounds 12 ounces. Each wing is 38.8 to 42.5 centimeters, 15 plus 1/4 minus 16 plus 3/4 in, long. The tail is long and pointed. Its feathers are entirely blue, lighter above. However, the neck feathers can sometimes be slightly gray. The ring around the parrot's eyes and the area just underneath the beak are a strong, vibrant yellow. The hyacinth macaw mostly nests in manduvi trees, which rely on the toko toucan for 83.3% of the tree's distribution of seeds. The toko toucan also feeds on 53% of the hyacinth macaw's offspring as eggs. Eggs are also regularly preyed on by corvids such as jays and crows, opossums, skunks and coatis. The young are parasitized by larvae of flies of the genus Philornis. The majority of the hyacinth macaw diet is composed of nuts from specific palm species, such as acuri and bocayuva palms. They have very strong beaks for eating the kernels of hard nuts and seeds. Their strong beaks are even able to crack coconuts, the large Brazil nut pods, and macadamia nuts. The birds also boast dry, smooth tongues with a bone inside them that makes them an effective tool for tapping into fruits. The acuri nut is so hard that the parrots cannot feed on it until it has passed through the digestive system of cattle. In addition, they eat fruits and other vegetable matter. The hyacinth macaw generally eats fruits, nuts, nectar, and various kinds of seeds. Also, they travel for the ripest of foods over a vast area. In the Pantanal, hyacinth macaws feed almost exclusively on the nuts of Acrocomia aculeata and Atalea phalaerata palm trees. This behavior was recorded by the English naturalist Henry Walter Bates in his 1863 book The Naturalist on the River Amazons, where he wrote that the hyacinth macaw occurs today in three main areas in South America, in the Pantanal region of Brazil, and adjacent eastern Bolivia and northeastern Paraguay. In the Cerrado regions of the eastern interior of Brazil, Maranhão, Piauí, Bahia, Tocantins, Goiás, Mato Grosso do Sul, and Minas Gerais. And in the relatively open areas associated with the Tocantins River, Xingu River, Tapajós River, and the Marajo Island in the eastern Amazon basin of Brazil. Smaller, fragmented populations may occur in other areas. Over the last few decades, the known range in Bolivia has grown. It is well known from the far southeast of the country near the tri-national border point with Brazil and Paraguay, where it is considered an emblematic symbol of the region, and locals often feed the macaws maize. Like chickens, in the early 1990s it became apparent the species also occurred in the remote Noel Kempf Mercado National Park area a few hundred kilometers northward. Most of the Bolivian population of this macaw is thought to be found in the San Matias Integrated Management Natural Area, an area with extensive Pantanal, swamp. Censuses conducted within in 2008, 2009, 2011 and 2014, revealed stable population numbers, respectively 231, 107, 134, and 166. Bird counts in such swampy and difficult-to-navigate terrain are inherently inadequate. The censuses were performed by visiting locations with previously reported sightings. However, it was not always possible to visit all sites, and coverage varied. Thus, in 2011, the earlier estimated population of about 300 birds in this area was considered to be largely accurate. A 2014 study which correlated sightings to habitat and extrapolated this over a larger area found the birds occur in the northern part of the natural area. And a similar population likely also occurs in an equally sized area to the north of this, outside of the natural area. In a 2018 Manga Bay Latam article, park rangers relate that there is anecdotal evidence the population was increasing and spreading. As more sightings were being reported by local inhabitants, and the bird was now confirmed for the first time in a number of adjacent municipalities. The hyacinth macaw has escaped or been deliberately released into Florida, USA, but there is no evidence that the population is breeding and may only persist due to continuing releases or escapes. It prefers semi-open, somewhat wooded habitats. It usually avoids dense, humid forest, and in regions dominated by such habitats. It is generally restricted to the edge or relatively open sections, e.g. along major rivers. In different areas of their range, these parrots are found in savanna grasslands, in dry thorn forests known as caatinga, and in palm stands or swamps, particularly the murichi palm, Mauritia flexuosa.